Hi, and welcome to Rolling Credits Podcast. My name is Nelson Roman. I am a Southern Connecticut State University student, and I am a senior studying here media and screen studies, focusing on film and TV production. What about you guys?
Hi, my name's Brian Worth. I'm also a senior at Southern who is studying media and screen studies focused in TV and film production.
And I'm Dominic Salima, and same thing, same study, same grade, or class, major, all that.
Awesome. So let's just start talking about the industry, the film industry. What are your fears related to the industry that we are leading into after graduation?
Well, before, where do you guys, can I ask a question real quick?
Go ahead.
Where do you
Floor is
guys
yours.
plan on going? Like, because production is like pretty broad.
Oh,
you
you're
know,
totally right about
film
that.
Yeah.
and TV. I personally want to go more into the film side, and with that is a lot of uncertainties. So I think one of my fears is that I will struggle to find stability early on. I think that's one big thing.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, there's no like you graduate college and you get this job. It's more of a freelance work. You are normally busting yourself in order to find that next gig. I think that's what our field will look like in the future. Now, for you guys, is there something specific about TV, film, any type of documentary work that you would like to focus on here, Brian?
I definitely would like to focus more on like film, I'd say. I mean, TV and film, I guess. I'd say I'm more interested in more of the film industry rather than like television production. I'm more into like, narrative structure and like, TV shows like Breaking Bad, stuff.
That's a good one.
And, I definitely would like to go more into film industry. And definitely with what Dom said, though, is that it's like kind of like it's very like overwhelming and just there's not a lot of certainty in after I get out of college here and what I'll be able to do and how stable that will be.
Yeah, I mean, part of that is, it definitely takes a type with any career that involves like that level of uncertainty. You gotta understand what you're getting yourself into.
Oh, totally,
and
totally.
Be prepared for that. I mean, really, realistically, no plan goes according to plan, right? So if I say I want to work at this place for a little bit, then this place, and then boom, I'll be on my first feature, for example. It's not going to go like that.
That sounds like a dream.
That's
actually.
like me and every other person who's just like me.
Yeah.
So it's just really is just one, understanding what you're getting yourself into and preparing yourself mentally for that. And then two is, oh my God, how can I separate myself as best as I can from everybody else because I'm sure there's a million other people.
The competition
like
for this is incredible. Yeah, you have to think that way in terms of competition. What can I do that's different from the other competition? Because there's 1,000 people who perhaps are graduating from film schools or undergraduate film focus majors here in the United States. So you have to see what can you do now in order to get better. All right, so let's move on to the next part. What exactly are you guys struggling technically right now in your studies, especially if you're making any type of production?
I think a big thing, and this is more of like maybe more of like I don't know what to call it, but more of a me thing, I guess. But it's taking on a little bit more than I probably should have. Now I have to I got a lot on my plate, so it's like maybe some advice from my past self would be like, all right, let's really look into what you're getting into because you can't do everything. Technically, like a technical struggle I'm having is technically putting out these productions that I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
So, putting too much responsibility on yourself is definitely like it's not the greatest habit, but I think it's one that can potentially pay off.
Definitely. So I think lighting, for some of us, lighting, I think we need to work a lot better on focusing not just like directing or writing our film, or just doing some other positions on the crew, on the crew. So like I think your focus right now for me should be on the lighting. I think lighting is like my biggest technical struggle because
That's your like weakest point.
I think so. I think
Yeah,
it's not. I
fair.
think it's just not me. I think a lot of people who are more focusing on other parts.
That's
of
how I
the
feel about
field.
audio.
Yeah.
Like audio, like the concept and practical use of audio design, like creatively, I find really fun. And it's really cool getting the sound effects, Foley editing. I really enjoyed Mike's audio production class last semester. But when you start going more technical with it, and now we're dealing with like multiple different tracks and buses and
Sounds like
EQs
audition here.
and- yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for. Audition and like the really like nitty gritty stuff. I'm like, huh? Maybe it is just because I'm such a visual like learner. I need
Right.
to see what I'm
Yeah.
actually doing versus like replaying it a bunch of times and listening to
Yeah,
it.
this semester,
that.
I think Audition has been really the software that I've been really using the most.
Nice.
What about you, Brian? What you were struggling with technically?
I'd say it's kind of. I'd say it's not one specific thing I struggle with. It's just I feel like it's just there's so much that goes into film production on a technical aspect, and the way my brain works is like I kind of want to like understand how everything works, and there's just so much stuff, and especially because it's constantly changing, too. Is that we'll get new equipment and it'll be different, and they update all the Adobe software every year, change stuff, and it's hard to keep up.
Definitely.
Also, how do you guys like? I mean, about like, how do you guys feel about this like program, or I guess the concentration, this department as we've gone, over these past like X amount of years you've been here? Because I mean, realistically, this is very much tailored towards the TV side of production and news,
Yeah.
which is great. I think we're in a great area for that, and then. It does. I think we do a great job here of teaching the narrative side of filmmaking to like the more creative side. I don't know. It's just I wonder how do you guys feel about it? Because I feel like I've learned a lot. Although I wish I was in an even more creative environment.
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you have to say about that, Brian?
I'd say that.
Because personally, I think that the focus here is to find the group of people that will make you better.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
and
100%.
in our classes, sometimes we may be taking the same class, but some people have a totally different focus. Some people are like doing music. While you're doing narrative work or doing any kind of TV like news. And personally, I have found myself to go out of my comfort zone and into the real world and try to find volunteer work.
Volunteer work. Like where?
Like College Street, like volunteer work, finding it.
What kind of volunteer work we talking about
So,
on
for an example,
College Street?
Like lighting. Like if you want to get better at lighting, right now I'm volunteering in lighting. I do lighting for college.
When you said that, I was just imagining you walking out of the street at 3 a.m. by yourself.
That's crazy. Not alone. If it were 3 a.m, I would be with a lot of people, maybe three of them.
Party guy?
Because probably we're partying or something. I'm not much of a party person, but if I am at 3 a.m. in New Haven,
Yeah.
which is I don't think
Not
I never
volunteer
been.
work.
Yeah.
Not volunteer.
work.
I wouldn't be
3
doing
in the
volunteer
morning.
work. I mean, probably be at an arcade or something like that.
So what is this work you do? You do lighting or
Yeah, I just learned how to do the lighting board
with like
with
where?
like a $40,000 board, and it's as a way for me to get better at production. And the people who manage that are so helpful. They teach you.
And where is this?
This is downtown.
Like what with what company or
Yeah.
Oh, this is with Vox Church.
Fox. Oh,
yes.
okay.
Church,
Yes.
okay.
So
Yeah.
Vox Church, they have a production, even have jobs available as well.
Oh, no
so
shit.
like they have these opportunities for you to volunteer and learn the production side of
Okay.
podcasting, filmmaking, like documentary work, even lighting or audio. Like you can learn how to master audio.
Fox Church.
So moving on, where you guys are headed after graduating at CSU?
Well, could I
what
actually-
exactly are you guys focusing on?
Can I actually butt it and bounce off about your volunteer work point? One thing, I guess it kind of relates into what we're going into next. I think a big thing about like volunteer work, well, the volunteer work is great. I kind of do the same thing with just, I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't call it volunteer work. I'd just call it unpaid labor. But is working as a PA on like an indie film set. So, and you know, when I say indie, that's very indie. Like it's a lot of the similar of equipment we use here. But you know, if you're going on a film set, you expect big, fancy, whatever.
Well, like
You go here, it's like this guy is just bringing all his stuff from the back of his closet, doing all like the audio and the camera himself. And I'm like, and but to go what we were talking about earlier, with building a team, these people that I've been helping out with as a PA, are all well networked with each other. Like they've all the same people, mostly same cast, mostly the same crew, like the core people who are working on this production work together on another production which recently came out. And again, all indie stuff. Just the only difference was like the positions, like they had different roles, and you know I can find the same thing applied here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I would like to argue that finding work could be challenging in this production. So there's a production here where they're filming in downtown New Haven, and they were actually doing a feature film.
No, really.
And the way I got in there was, I think, a miracle because I I was in the hallway and I knew the people who were making the films.
Is this the kid who got the fund?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He got like a grant from the city.
Yeah.
But I was looking into doing some research into other ways to look for work, and I stumbled upon this website called Mandy.com.
Yeah, I know Mandy.
Yeah, Mandy.com, and also Backstage.
Backstage.
Yeah,
Is that
these are websites that have been around for a while.
I know. Isn't that from acting or actors?
Yeah, you can do acting. You can
Backstage.
do crew.
Okay.
You can do social media. You can do social media work.
Interesting.
So you can literally dive into not just fully narrative work or film documentary, but more into theater as well. If that's my goal is to work in New York City. I don't know if you guys have specific.
What do you want
place.
to work in narrative
I
production, or
I
do
want
you
to
really not care?
I want to be able to learn everything as much as I can. So I want to learn pretty much everything that I can.
But where does like your
drama.
heart take you? Like, do you want to work in news? Do you want to work documentary?
I think news is hard to get into in New York City. Either you're really, really, really good,
So,
and in a
is
way,
that what you want to do? News?
I do think I can do news outside of the city. So right now I'm going to be focusing on documentary and filmmaking. So I do agree with those people that say, "Oh, why are you going to New York City?" You know, it's pretty crazy to find work, but I do find it easier to get into other areas in New York City outside of news.
Yeah, I mean, to go back to what wait, hold on, I just lost my train of thought. Well, no, I remember now. So yeah, I mean, like the production websites are huge because you can get networking. Networking is the biggest thing, no matter where you are in this umbrella of production, whatever alley, you got a network. And the other half of that is also like the location and environment you're in. You know, you're not gonna find much in like Wyoming or no, like Indiana. I don't know. Indiana, like you're not gonna see unless some movies need to shoot there or something, for example. Like Connecticut is great, and I think Mike puts it best.
Hey, if you're shooting a Western, I think Wyoming would be the perfect place.
But Connecticut and New York area is kind of like the Hollywood of like TV broadcasting.
Definitely.
production.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of great ways to work in there. I don't want to work in the news personally.
But aren't you like doing an internship right now?
Yeah, I actually just finished up with my internship
finished it?
at News 8.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Pretty
But
big deal.
yeah. So it's just like locating yourself in the right environment, being with the right people, surrounding yourself with people that will make you
Yeah.
better.
So what stages are we on right now in terms of are we trying all to get into the same industry, Brian, or what are your plans?
My plan is graduate college right now.
Okay.
That's
One step at a time.
One
bro.
step at a
You and
time.
all of us. That's yeah.
But I would like to get. It's like Dom said. I would rather not do TV broadcasting. I'd much rather go into like some narrative filmmaking
Yeah.
stuff. But there's a thing is that's maybe not, realistically gonna happen right off the bat. And the important thing is networking, like you said
Definitely.
earlier. And so honestly, I probably will have to go into some like one of those TV things I don't really want to, just so I can meet those people and network and have those the credentials.
No, that's totally true. Sometimes you gotta dig yourself into the industry and network and
Weasel your way up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And try to find volunteer work. So that's it for today, guys. For Rolling Credits from SESU to Set Life here at Southern Connecticut State University. We'll see you again to the next episode. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.